Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. I'm your host, Devin Dubuc, and I've got returning co-hosts hailing from Lincoln, Nebraska, Dom Arias. Dom, brother, as always, you bring some of the coolest people. And man, who'd you bring along today?
Thanks, Devin. Yeah, today as a special person, I brought along Tamera Toof with Next Home Integrity here in Lincoln, Nebraska. She's a great agent here in town, but she's also special to me because she was the agent I went through to buy my first house. So, a lot of special memories with Tamera. She's been really helpful to me and really supportive. And so, Tamera, welcome to the show. Glad to have you on.
Hello.
Glad to have
Thanks
you
for-
here. So exciting. So exciting. You've been a part of Dom's journey, to making him a homeowner, but also giving his new baby girl a place to live, right? Dom, you just had a baby, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I just had a baby about 2 weeks ago. So, Tamera, thank you so much. Got a roof over our heads, right? It's like, it's
Yep.
huge. So,
Yeah, pretty special stuff. Pretty special stuff. So we already know you're a memory maker, and we know you're down there or up there. I would say down. I'm down here. I'm in Texas. You're up there in Lincoln, Nebraska. Are you from Lincoln originally?
I am not, but I came to college here, University of Lincoln in 1990, so I'm dating myself a little. But I'm from out west, we call it, good old Grant, Nebraska.
All right. All
So,
right. So
but yeah,
Nebraska native. Nebraska native.
yes,
Yeah. Very
Nebraska.
cool.
Yep.
And then you went to school there and liked it so much. You said, we're sticking with Lincoln. It's a good place.
Yep, I've grown a business here, and we just love it here. I'm a mom of 5 children, and so we've done a lot here in Lincoln, Nebraska, business and raising a family. It's been a great
Amazing.
place.
It's amazing. Well, you've definitely grown a business. You've definitely grown a business there. And that's how, that's how Dom found you, but that's how you landed here on the show as well. And that's a big part of what we want to talk about today. But so let's talk about. So you graduated school and said, real estate, here I come.
I did not do real estate right away. I went into insurance, which might
Okay.
be even a little harder to go out and sell, but
yeah.
I started that in college at Northwestern Mutual and then outside of college for a few years and grew that. Then I became into marketing, like recruiting and a headhunter, which was really fun, helping people fit them in their who they are and the right tools to help them succeed in career and business. And then went into real estate in 2003.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So 2003, and what was that like? Right? Like, what did that transition look like from recruiter, headhunter, insurance, broker, and now real estate agent? Right?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say they're different because it's about people, right? And I'm a relationship person.
I can tell.
So yeah, I love people. So all of it, insurance, helping people find careers and real estate, it's all to do with helping people, right? And serving them and helping them find their goals and dreams and helping them make them possible. That's what I would say I love doing. That's what people say about me. They'll be like, they'll tell people, if you're ready to go, it's Tamera. You want to call because she's going to find your house for you. And that's what I want people to say, to know that, hey, come to me, tell me your goals and dreams in real estate per se, and how I can make that happen and be a connector for them long after them buying the house or selling it. How do I connect them to keep their real estate upkept and
Yeah.
doing well by handymans, plumbers, painters? And that's what's important to me, is not just the one-time sell.
Yeah.
It's how do you stay in that relationship long term?
So that comes with Rolodex of people, and they're an extension of who you are, Tamara. So how do you build that network, right? Like, how do you build that legacy of people that you can rely on?
What I've done is always, how do I help people first before I ask for any referrals or anything? Is like, hey, I would love to meet you and see if you might be a fit in your industry for my clients in real estate. And then I would love to help give you referrals and build your business. So I'm always giving first before I believe in receiving.
Yeah.
And that's just something I've done over the last 20 some years, and just how I was taught how you take care of people. And
Yeah. Lead with a
yep.
giving heart. Yeah, and the rest comes, and that's it's so wise, right? I mean, if you're out there and you're struggling, where you're just getting started in the industry, one or the other, and you're trying to figure out the right thing to do. The right thing to do is always just the right thing to do. And when you lead with your heart like that, people will notice and they'll take note and they'll go, man, you know what? I want to do business with Tamara because I can trust her. She's just such a good person, and that's how you
Yep,
build
that's a
it, right?
reputation I want to that I hope people say about me. That's what I try to be
Yeah.
every day. The other thing that I think is fun is when people are like, "Hey, we can give you a discount off something." I'm like, you know what? Always give that to my client. Give it back to my client. Those are
Mm,
the things I want to do. Or hey, can they get 10% off of your window cleaning service or whatever it is? What can we do so I can add more
yeah.
value in my business? Why would you choose Tamera Toof to help you in real estate? It's more like not just finding the house or help sell your house, but then how do I add more value to you in all of your life? And it's not just always just real estate, right? Like how can I get you more things? And that I strive really hard to do that for people.
Just pay
Yep.
it forward. Pay it forward. Well, let's take it back a little bit though, because again, we know you were transitioning in from another line of work. Was it just smooth sailing from day number one? Like you jumped in and you were just a rock star real estate agent out there closing transactions, right? Like, what'd that look like if we go back to the beginning?
So the beginning was a little different in 2003. At that time, my husband and I were in business together. We were lenders
Mhm.
and realtors. We did both work
Oh,
through a bank actually. And
yeah.
so I always did the front end. I wasn't just front of people. I didn't show the how I had my license, but I didn't actually do anything in real estate. I just met people and I got to know what their goals were in real estate and then how our team could help them. So my first full year in real estate in 2004 would have been our first full year. We sold about 100 houses. That's
Ooh,
because I was able to just bring business in, and the team, my husband, and the rest of our team were able to go out and do the business. So my
wow.
husband would always say, he was the how, and I'm the wow.
I love it. I love it. So 100 transactions in 2004. What a great way to start the career.
Yeah,
That's a lot of at bats.
it
So,
is.
you become an expert really fast,
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So, what's it like to navigate through that type of territory, right? You're just getting into an industry and you're working through a lot of clients. How do you learn, on the move like that?
Well, one, we had systems in place. So that's what really
Okay.
helped us in our business. We all had different roles on the team. And so my business now, I'm trying to use some of those systems. It's hard. I'm more on my own now. So doing it all, but I'm working to set those systems back up. And this is why, because I want to be with people and do more things to serve them and build that relationship stronger. So I'm learning to build my business so people can help me get outside more and be with people and not in the office.
Yeah, yeah, that's important. We always say that you've got to stay focused on the right activities in this industry, and there's always a who that can be behind you
Yes.
to take care of the other stuff,
Yep.
right? Because this is a sales role, right? You've got to do sales activity,
Yeah.
to build your business, and ultimately, the one thing I think you could probably contest to this as well is you can't ever stop that sales activity,
Oh my
right?
goodness, no, because then you start going like this. So you have to make
Yeah,
sure you're always out there. You're just showing up. That's to
yeah.
me like 90% of it is showing up, right? Doing what you
Hmm.
said you would do. Show
That's
up
it.
for people and exceed expectations. And I strive to do
Mm.
that every day. Show up,
Well,
be there for people and exceed their expectations.
you don't just strive, you do
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, get it
You
done.
you do it. You do it and you do it and you do it. And at the end of the day, that's why people keep coming back. So now I assume that the Rolodex is deep. You've got a lot of people that you can lean into, for different help, but also you've probably got a big Rolodex of people that you've helped too, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, your sphere.
Yeah, my sphere, I feel very blessed with the people
Yeah.
that I've got to meet along the way and that we've got to help each other grow our businesses and just in life, right? So being a mom of 5 and running a business is just a lot, but it's
Oh,
not.
what a breeze.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Said no one ever.
Yeah.
So lucky it's okay to ask for help. That's something I've learned along the way. It's okay. Sometimes we can't do it all, and we weren't made to do it all either. So
Well, I think, sometimes when you think that you have to do it all, that's pride, right?
yep,
And it's actually it's a weakness, right?
yeah,
It's a weakness. Some of us think we've got to do everything, and when we realize that no, we can't physically do everything, because at the end of the day, there's only so much one person has the ability to do.
yep,
And so when you realize that you can lean into others, you can go farther. And you don't have to be the best at everything.
no,
You be the best at the things that you're great at. And then the things that you're not great at, you can lean into others who are better at those things, that like doing those things more than you do.
yep,
And that's how you get further in life, right?
yep. And you're serving even more people, the people that want to do those things, right? And
That's
that
yeah,
serves their family and themselves. So
that's
I
a
believe
beautiful
in
thing.
that huge, and how we take our pride aside, and we can learn from others. But what I've learned is they're actually those things I delegate. They're better at it than I am anyway. So I should have gave it up a long time ago.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're better than we are, and they like it more,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. They're like, how
Yeah,
do you stay on the phone like you do? Go talk to everybody, all the places you show up at, right? Because that's not their talents and gifts they
yeah.
want to use. And so I believe I work hard 80% of the time to be in the place I'm supposed to be at with the gifts and talents I was given. And so that's why I show up places.
Well, that's why you're great at what you do, because you've learned that and you've mastered that, and it's a place where a lot of people get stuck. We always kind of give the signal of the one man band, right?
Yeah.
And the one man band is the guy that's out there with the drum and the trombone and like just doing it all. But we look at that person as a novelty, right?
Hmm.
Versus the symphony conductor, that's out there leading the symphony, and who at the end of the day is having more success, and who's looked at like a clown, right? Versus who's looked at as the professional. And I think once people get past that and realize that doing it all doesn't mean that you're amazing, uh, it's limiting your potential opportunity. And if you're great at doing it all, imagine how great you'd be if you started to lean into others so that you could grow,
Yep.
right?
And we can always grow and learn. That's the other thing I've done along the way.
Mm.
If I want to have in a different field, let's say just residential, I wanted to learn investments. My husband and I went and bought an investment. I wanted to know what
Yeah.
that felt like, what it is to have renters. So then I have more knowledge now. I help people find investment properties. I also believe in, like, a lot of people flip homes, right? Or update
Yeah.
homes. Well, my husband and I've done a couple of those. So then I have experience and I have knowledge, good, bad, all the things. So then when I'm talking with people and helping serve them, I actually know what I'm talking about because I actually did it. I was in their shoes. And those are things that I've done over the last few years, is got outside my box, which is hard sometimes, or what's comfortable.
Yes.
But that's the only way we grow, is getting outside of our box or ourselves. That's
Yeah.
how you can help more
Absolutely.
people, the more knowledge. So knowledge is power. And I've really
Knowledge
learned
is
that
power.
along the way too.
Yeah. At some point in time, we stop going, nope, I know everything. I'm the best. We get rid of that stubborn mentality, right?
Yeah.
And we go, no, you know what? There's so much more I can learn. And if I learn more, I can be better. And if I'm better, I can help more people, and I can serve the people that trust in me, right? With more information, and that's that's how we grow, right? Like that's how we grow.
Yeah. And what's probably one of the most important things for me in my business is when I'm with people, I want to be with them and make them feel they're number one. And so I don't want to have a lot of things that are distracting me when I'm with people and helping them. So I work really hard to do that also, and make sure
No, you
they
just do it.
know.
Yeah, yeah. You don't work hard. You do it. You're a doer. You get it done. And the people that you work for, they love you. And I know that because Dominic, he was so, excited to be able to get you here on the podcast and have this communication because, he loved the experience that he had, working with you. And he wants others to be able to experience that same thing, right? We
Oh
talked about it in the
yeah.
beginning. Yeah, new homeowner, new dad, and at the end of the day, you were one of the people, that helped make that happen, and you're a part of his story. And why not, make you a part of other people's stories too?
Yes, and that is fun, getting to learn people's stories and goals and then watching it come true. Or now that Dom, they have their baby, like that was their dream to have a house before baby came. And I'm like, we're going to get this done. And Dom, didn't we just go look at 5 houses and it
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm
even
trying
on
to
the
remember. I
list?
think it was like I sent you a list, and then we went out, and I felt bad because I was like, "Oh, here's 8 homes. You don't have to do it all one day." And you were like, "Nope, let's just go knock it out." And we went and we knocked it all out. And then you were like, "Hey, by the way, here's one other house that I think matches what you guys are looking for." And I was like, "Okay, let's go check it out." And then we went and checked it out, and I was like, "Yep, this is like the best one. We're gonna get this one."
She
I was
kept an
like,
ace
"I'll
up
shut
the
up and
sleeve.
listen to Tamara." Yeah.
He's like, his wife was like, that's crazy. We're buying a house today. We just met you. Like, we're just working with you one day. And I'm like,
I know.
and that's listening to people, right? So as we were looking at houses, I was listening to them. I wasn't the one doing all the talking. I was listening to what they wanted. Then I'm like, I just have this gut feeling this house I know might be a fit for them. I got to ask them and show it to them.
Yeah. You
Well,
know
you
it.
just gave two pro tips there. You said number one, I just listened, right? I just listened. I didn't, I didn't do all the talking, right? This is what I can do. This is how I do it. No, this is an opportunity to sit back and hear the client's needs. But the other thing you said was I knew the house. Well, why would you know the house? Because you know your market.
Mm-hmm.
You know the inventory that's out there, and that's because you're a pro, and that's a big difference. When you're working with a professional, they understand how to sit back, take it all in, and then direct and lead somebody to the home of their dreams, right? And Dominic, for you, it may not be the long-term home, but it's definitely the starter home, where everything begins. It all home begins here.
That's right.
Yep. And it was fun, right, Dom? That's the other thing. I want people to know it's fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Hearing that.
especially as a first time buyer, it's like, you're walking through these homes and you're trying to see yourself living in it, right? And you're exploring the amenities, right? And every house is different, so it's like you're just imagining, right? And you're kind of letting your mind go. But yeah, no, it's fun, and it's also just, you want to be with a professional because, you can get lost in like the lipstick, right? But then it's like, they're there to also be like, hey, bring you back down to reality and be like, maybe this home, even though it looks great, might not be what you're wanting, and here's some issue, just to kind of point you there and keep you on the right path.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's even more wisdom to that because, it's real easy for a realtor to say, yeah, this is the one. You like it? Great, let's go. Right. And I promise you, there's a lot of agents out there that would do exactly that.
Hmm.
But what you're talking about is Tamara took the time to walk you through and say, well, I know that you're really vibing on this one, but let me point out the things that you're not looking at. Right. And again, that's the sign that you're working with somebody that's a true professional and that's there to serve the people because not doing it just to get a quick closed loan and a paycheck, right?
No,
But to do it to serve your customer and serve them well
that's number
and make
one.
sure that they love the home, right?
That's what I want to hear, that they love the home even afterwards, like, and all the stories I get to hear. That's even better.
Well, let's talk about the stories. Let's hear a good story. What's a good story? And you get to pick the destiny here. It could either be one that was really bad or one that was like really touching and memorable.
I do have to tell a funny one because that's what people know about me is
Let,
always
let's go
putting
funny. I
myself in
love funny.
places that I get made fun of. I don't know why, but I showed these houses and I got stuck in a bathroom and the people I showed houses already went outside and I left my phone out of there. I'm just gonna quick use the restroom before we go. And
Oh,
I can't get out. And I'm like, all I had was my keys to my car. So I thought I'll just do the horn. That'll make them think, why is Tamara's horn going off? SOS. No, they still didn't come and help me.
oh my gosh.
And I just thought, I'm going to die in a restroom, like in the bathroom. This is how I'm ending. I'm just going to, nobody's coming. Because it was a vacant house. It's like nobody really could
Oh
maybe
my
come.
God. So
So,
you got early, you go in the house and you get locked in the bathroom, can't get out, and you're sending out the distress signal.
it's not working.
You don't have a phone.
It was my keys. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, I'm just going to try this. Because it was a house that had gotten like new doors or whatever. And sometimes when they're older houses, they'd all light up. So it got
They
locked.
shift.
But I
Yeah.
finally
Yeah.
just went, I want to get out. And all of a sudden it just opened. And then they're like, I come outside, they're like, we're wondering what took you so long to get out. We didn't know where you went. I'm like, I got stuck in the bathroom and I'm SOSing you on my car. You
So
don't even
blessed.
help me. And they're laughing so hard. It was one of the funniest experiences. And lucky I know them, like they're friends, so
Yeah.
that helped not to think, who is this lady? But
Right.
Did they buy the house? Or
no, we went
it
to a
was a
different one.
no-go.
They don't want locked in a bathroom.
Like that bathroom, man. Oh, that's a no-go. You're like, yep, move on, move on.
It
We're
was
just not even going
so
in this one.
embarrassing and funny. Like, what the heck? I'm like, let's get to the next house.
This isn't the one.
And my phone is going with me to the bathroom from now on, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like PTSD, like it to this day, like the
Yeah.
phone, it doesn't matter. It's coming with me.
So, there's fun stories, too. I'm sure there's more, but that one I still will never forget.
That's awesome. Let's talk about a experience where you help somebody who didn't think they could and show them how they can make a home.
Well, just the other day, actually, I got a referral. And so when I called them and she's like, we just don't know if it's ever going to happen for us, blah, blah, blah. So I listened, right? And I'm like, well, my job is to find out if it can happen for you. I don't know. And so we went through all the steps, and I said, one of the first steps that you do want to do is check with a lender, whoever you're working with now, or if you need some references, let me know. And that's the number one thing we have to know first is what you can do. Because I don't want to show you houses you can't get a loan for. And I want to know if before we see houses that we know you can do this. So it was amazing. We're going through it all. She yells to her husband, honey, she said we can do it. It's going to happen. It was hilarious. He's like, what? Can I get on the phone and talk to her? So then he got on the phone. And then I'm like, these are the next steps you need to do. So I love putting strategies together. Like, here's your next step, empowering people. And then he made the call, found out he could. And I showed him one house, and it was the house.
Wow.
And we wrote an offer that day. They're like, oh my gosh, my friend Davey said, once you meet Tamera, like, when you tell her you're ready to go, it's really going to happen. And they're like, he was right. And so it went under contract. I have their house. That's the new listing I have today. Their house is being listed. And they're like, I can't believe this. You did say we could do it. And so that's so fun, is getting to show people how it can get done and educating them and empowering them and how to make it happen. That was fun, and it still is fun. Now their house needs to sell, and we move on, right? So there's always steps, the next steps.
Well, and it is the best part about this industry. When you're taking somebody who just doesn't think there's any possible way, right? Like, I can't be a homeowner, right? And you can, with a little bit of elbow grease and the right plan, right?
Yeah.
We're going to make you a homeowner.
Yeah. And again, it was just listening to what they wanted. I listened, and then I put steps together, strategy, and then we did it. And I told them that's what it is. It's power and teamwork, and we're in this together. So.
Yeah, your bar is the team, right? Yeah, that's special. I love that.
Yeah.
So what would you say your real estate superpower is?
Is finding a home for people. Like, literally, people are like, I can't believe that you found it. Like, we thought it was going to take forever, like months. And it's like a couple days or weeks. Like, how do you do it? And sometimes some people are like, it's like you have magic, but I don't. It's because I know the market. It's because I hear people, listen to them, and then I go do my work and I do my studies, right? And I match them and I put all my systems in place to find them the right houses to look at. And when it's the right one, I tell them, I'm going to know when it's your right one because there's a look you're going to have, because everybody does. And I'll know when you say it is, and I'll watch that. So
what's the look? What's the look?
What did I do? What did I do?
They look at each other, and like it's just this look, because you can tell one likes one sometimes, one doesn't. But when they both, there's a look. They look at each other like, and it's almost like a glow. Like, and I'll be like, "This is the one, isn't it?" And they're like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And I'm like, "It's just fun to get to say that." I'll be like,
"That's your superpower, by the way. That right there is the superpower, right? Like you see the moment, you see the moment when it happens, and you're like, this is the house.
Yeah,
we got it.
Yeah, I guess that is knowing people, like watching, like when it's
Yeah.
the right time and all the things line up for
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah. Let's talk about one more thing. You keep mentioning knowing the market, and it sounds so simple, but you're in Lincoln, and last time I looked, Lincoln's not 500 homes. You're a fairly reasonably sized city. How do you know the market, right? What do you do to really invest yourself to understand what's out there?
Well, one is like there's so many systems I am a part of that I see when houses go on the market. We have a multiple listing service, so we see. I go check pretty much daily what the new listings are that have come on. I've already set up all my buyers on a search. That's one of the number one things I do after I know they're approved, ready to go. They get a search, and so then I see when they match, and then if I know it's the right one and I haven't heard, I'll be like, "Did you just see that one that got emailed to you?" And I'll do it in a text. They're like, "Oh no, I missed it." I'm like, "Go look at it quick and let me know if you want to go see it." And so that's
Yeah.
me, right? I'm engaging with them. I'm not just like letting them call me. I want to be the one that's calling them, but I have systems in place that help me see what they're seeing when I've set them
Hmm.
up in my multiple listing service system. And that's how I'm able to do and stay on top of it. Even if
Yeah.
somebody says to me, "We're not really ready yet," I'm like, "I totally get it, but let's just start the process." Because let me ask you this, if the right house comes,
Yep.
what are you going to do? Well, we're going to want to get it, right? And I said, and you don't want to lose it. So we need to do all these steps ahead of time. And that's get a lender and getting approved. Let's do that.
Yep.
Let's write down what you're looking for. And let's just start the process. Doesn't mean you have to do it today. I've had some people, it
Hmm.
does take 2 years, but I'm working hard to
Yep.
find it. So there was one lady, a teacher of mine, we couldn't find anything that would work in her budget. My husband and I got the opportunity to buy a home with another business partner, and we fixed it up, and she got to buy it. So
Oh,
sometimes it's not always right there.
yeah.
And that's when I have to step outside what I know. And that was our first flip house that we were able to do for her in a townhome and get her a house because I knew she wanted it. So sometimes things come to me, opportunities that I believe because I'm looking for them for other people.
Yeah.
And if it's
Yeah.
always to help other people, I just believe those things will come. And it was so amazing. She's like, "I can't believe it." And here's part of that tear jerking story is her mom who was dying of cancer was able to get to see it months before
That's
she
special.
passed away. So she got to show her
That's really
mom
special.
the house that she was able to get as a single woman and a teacher. And her budget wasn't huge, but I'm like, we're going to find something.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable that the opportunity was presented for us to get to flip this house and make it hers. So,
It's amazing. Well, we got to be there to support our teachers,
oh
because,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. My mom was a single mother and a teacher. So, you're pulling at my heartstrings with that story.
yeah, it's
But, to be able to show that, hey, mom, look, I did it.
yeah, that was special, and I got to be there and witness it. So I watched them walk in when we're done, and I have it all on video. Her getting to see her pretty much
Oh,
brand new house. I mean, we literally did the whole
yeah,
thing, and to watch her mom and everybody it was unbelievable.
yeah. Yeah, you can try to make us cry.
Yeah. So there's so many good stories, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I want to unpack that a little too because we got the emotional side of it, and that's the special part. But I do want to unpack that because what you said was I use my tools, right? And that's a pro tip, right? You've got these tools, you understand them, you know how to put them to work for you so that you can be that knowledgeable about the market and understand when to react. But there's more to it than that because you're also helping the client see the long-term vision as maybe not being so long-term, right? A couple of things that you said here is, hey, look, we know you're going to buy a home at some point in time, but even if it's not right now, if the perfect one comes up, don't you want to know that it's there, right? And so now you're future casting to them that, hey, it might happen sooner than you think it should. And hey, in addition to that, let's make sure that we get you qualified so that if it does happen sooner than you expect, you're prepared for that,
yeah. Then they're
right?
ready for opportunity, right?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. When not opportunity comes a knocking, and that opportunity is Tamera Toof, you better be ready
Because it's
because she's
gonna
going to find it.
happen.
Yeah, she's going to find it. And then the last part of it was, and it doesn't matter if it takes 2 years. you're always going to keep your eyes peeled, because when you see the property that really met that person's dream of what they were looking for, you're going to go, oh, you know what? This actually fits this person, right?
Right.
And now you may get a phone call from Tamara going, hey, I know it's been a while, but guess what? I think that house popped up on the market.
Yep. And then they were ready and they're prepared. And that's what I want people to be, ready and prepared when opportunity is there, and they're ready to get the home they want and win. I always tell people, you're a winner, right? So let's go win and let's go get this house. And because there could be multiple offers out there too. And so I help people set up so they can win those in those multiple offer situation too.
Well, I got to tell you, I got something to say about that.
This girl is on fire.
No, you're killer, Tamara. You're killer. You really are. I see why you're doing so well, and I see why Dom wanted to have you here. You know,
Thanks.
just a special kind of awesome. So, well, I would love to keep you here all day, but I told you earlier, like we're gonna get to 25, 30. We're at 35. So,
Oh my goodness.
and I know I can't keep you here all day. So, you know, is there anything we didn't cover today that we should have?
So one thing that people, as you get to know me, when I'm wearing orange, our company color, orange is the new sold. That means it's a closing day. So I had 2 closings today. So I was in my orange, and that's what people know.
Let's go.
Tamara has closings today. She's in orange. And so a lot of times that's something that I do is, one, I love our colors at Next Home. It's one of my favorite colors, and that I get to wear it on the day people are getting to close on their dreams or selling a house.
Well, that's another reason why you and Dom are a match made in heaven, because our colors are orange.
See? A good color. It's one of the
It
happiest
is.
colors on the color wheel.
That's
It's
awesome.
orange, so it's pretty exciting.
So if you see Tamara in orange, you know that there is a happy home buyer at the end of that outfit, because she's closing a house. That's awesome. That's awesome. Making dreams come true, one homeowner at a time, sometimes two.
Yes.
Sometimes two. I love it. Well, when the people out there want to find you, we know you're in Lincoln. What all parts of Nebraska do you serve?
Yep, I'm about a 30-mile radius of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Okay. So 30 Lincoln and 30 miles around Lincoln.
Yep, surrounding area.
And you know, when they want to find you, how do they get in touch with Tamera Toof?
Well, you'll see me a lot on social media, so Facebook, you can find me there. And then my phone number, 402-450-8882. And a lot of 8s in there, I know. And then my email is tamara@nexthomeintegrityre.com. But
There it is.
I like picking up the phone, so calling me is probably one of the best things, or a text message.
Did that guys call me? Call me.
Yeah.
That means do it.
Yep.
You got to call this girl. Hey, and you probably saw that run right across the bottom of your screen there if you're watching, but if you're listening, you're like, what screen are you talking about? Just go to the description, and you're going to find all of Tamara's information in there. And whether you live in Lincoln, or you're thinking about moving to Lincoln, or you're in the 30-mile radius around Lincoln, Tamara's your girl. So you're going to want to make sure that you reach out. We already know, if you listen to the podcast, what amazing service from a true professional in the industry that you're going to receive from Tamara. And so, man, seriously, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on today. We truly appreciate you on closing day 2 times, and she's still here. So we appreciate you. We truly do.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And Dom, I always love working with you. Let's go help more people.
Yeah, let's go hammer it out. Yeah, the more people we can help, the better, right?
Yep.
That's right. Well, Dom, when the folks out there, we know you lend in Lincoln. We know you work in a couple other states, but you are a diehard Nebraska guy. That's where you like to do business. Where all are you doing business, and how do people get in touch with you, brother?
Yeah, so I do business in Iowa, Nebraska, and California, but you guys can get in touch with me. I'm all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, but my phone number is 531-220-2408. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, just like Tamara. If you want more information, you can also just go to domarias.com, and it'll pull up pretty much everything you want to see about me. So,
boom, there it is. And a lot of 2s. She's got a lot of 8s. You've got a lot of 2s. And Dom took a page from my book yesterday, because I'm pretty sure that domarias.com, That's a new link for you, huh, brother?
Maybe. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
You always had a link. You always had the
Oh, I
link.
got
So
that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, super
Love
excited
it.
for it.
yeah, good stuff. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in as always. And, we will always continue to bring back great guests like Tamera and Dom. And, man, I hope you're loving the content here. And if you are, hey, make sure to comment, subscribe, like. And, if you're out there listening, you want to come check these folks out live and in person, just come on over to Homes Begin Here. You can find us there on YouTube, Spotify too, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Homes Begin Here. And you can meet Tamera and Dom live, face-to-face. And you probably should, because they're two really great-looking people that's going to serve you very well. So until the next time, I'm Devin Dubuc, and this is the Real Estate Success Partner. We'll see you then.